This channel's all about dry fasting. That's it. Got a million other channels for other stuff. This one's a little bit of peace and calm in your day to enjoy ideas that will make you live longer and healthier and happier. Dry fasting is one of those things. So I'd like to say thank you all for tuning in. Hello to the new subscribers. Hello to the new viewers. And let's talk about some dry fasting. It's for those who know, it's just easy stuff. But for those who have never been even approaching this subject, it's kind of daunting. The idea of not eating or not drinking for days on end, it's kind of daunting. But you do it every night. You don't drink or eat while you sleep. So it's kind of the same thing. In fact, it's exactly the same thing. If you keep the sleep metabolism going by not eating, all sorts of great things happen. It's one of those things where a lot of situations in life can be solved with proper maintenance and proper scheduling. One of the things you'll notice is if you've had trouble losing weight, it's, you can't stick to the diet. You're too attracted to these interesting foods that you think you find interesting, but is it you that's finding it interesting? Because I know everybody that goes into a dry fast and dumps all their parasites, because that's what happens, because they just can't live in a dry fasting body. They no longer have a problem with compliance because they're not being signaled by the parasites to eat stuff that they shouldn't be eating. So there's that. It's great to be free of that and then actually pursue any kind of diet you want to see if it really works for you and if it builds muscle and all that kind of stuff. So there's the anti-parasite thing, which is great. The other thing is it takes all the toxins out. You've been accumulating toxins for years and years. And what this does is it takes them out and gets rid of them, and you don't have to worry about it anymore, at least for a year. What you'll see in the first dry fast is you'll see a huge evacuation of debris at the end of the dry fast. If you do a 7-day especially. That's years and years of stuff that's been accumulating that cannot be processed because sleep isn't long enough. But what's amazing is when you do another dry fast a year later, you won't get near the same amount of stuff because there isn't that much time to accumulate that much stuff. So really you're on a maintenance routine after a year of it. But the reason we do dry fasting for the Phoenix Protocol is, or go into regeneration until you've completely exhausted your glycogen in the muscle and the liver, and you're out of that fuel and you go into ketosis. That's when these signals happen to turn on your stem cells. It takes 2 days to get to a position metabolically where you can actually turn your stem cells on. And that's the biggest deal. You want to turn your stem cells on. You don't want to do it too often, but you need to turn it on to defeat the somatic paradox. If you're not replacing cells that die off and aren't replaceable with new cells that are a genetic match to you, you're just going to run out of usable cells to operate a system functionally. There's other things I talk about in the next book that you're really going to want to know about. But that's the big one about dry fasting. Turns on your stem cells so you get a huge amount of replacement cells. It gets rid of all your toxins. It gets rid of your parasites. And I'll tell you another thing it does that people always talk about. You get this clarity of thought at the end of this thing. Once you're able to not have the things on your mind that aren't on your mind, that are on your parasite's mind, boy, is there a clarity of thought. It's almost like being clairvoyant. But what it is, you're finally having a clear moment. You're finally having all those voices silenced so you can actually hear yourself think. So that's the message today. If you haven't tried dry fasting, get the book, The Phoenix Protocol, for dry fasting and rapid healing, radical life extension, and learn how to dry fast. It's really important to learn how because you need to exit a dry fast in a very specific way so you don't hurt yourself. So get the book, find out why. I had another person talk about they're afraid of dry fast because they've got sarcopenia. Well, if you got fat, you can dry fast. But if you have sarcopenia, you need to get my second book, Neogenesis, which talks about how to work out and how to build muscle and how to maintain your bone and muscle strength, because dry fasting isn't a panacea for everything. You've really got to work at this thing called life. Things you like to do are fun, like walking around at the beach like I do, or surfing, that kind of stuff. Got to be active. That's the other side of the equation. You can't just not eat and fix everything. So anyway, so that's the message today. Thanks again. Please subscribe, hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm go forward. And have a great day. Well, I don't know. I may have to go get a surfboard. That looks pretty intriguing out there. So I think I will. Okay, I'm going to get a surfboard and go surf. Anyway, look, you guys have a great day. I'm going to go have a crazy day. And see you later.